How's it going, guys? Welcome back to another patch notes video where we basically just do exactly that. We read the patch notes of the beginning of the week. Every Monday we do this just to see what's going on in RuneScape for the week ahead. For you guys that don't really keep up with the patch notes but like to see what's going on and listen to it rather than reading through it. So if you aren't interested in listening to me read the patch notes, then this is your time to click off the video. I always like to let people know because I don't want to waste your time. Other than that, if this helps you out, leave a like and let's just see what's going on in RuneScape. So we've got this week in RuneScape 20-year veteran cape and patch week 2. So we're going to get a 20-year vet cape, are we? Let's have a look. We've got exciting plans for 2022 to share with you this week, and we're giving long-term players a chance to show off their commitment to Gillinor with the new veteran cape, 20-year vet cape. That looks pretty badass. Have you been scaping since the start? Celebrate 20 years of playing RuneScape with the new veteran cape. Membership and the concept of Rune Days were only introduced on the 27th of February 2002, so this year will be the 20th anniversary for some of our long-term committed players. We thought it would be nice if you have long haulers and a snazzy cape to equip. Not quite there yet, don't worry, once your account has reached 20 years, you will be able to grab yours. The 20-year veteran cape can be claimed today for players who have activated accounts from February 28th, 2002. All players will be able to claim the cape after 7,278 days instead of actually 20 years going forward too. So I don't think I'll be able to get this straight away, but we're not going to be too far off, so that's pretty exciting and it's cool. I definitely think that this is a cool thing that they should add, so I'm interested to see how many people have this, but also what the emote's going to be like. So very exciting. That's pretty cool. Merge, Steamford Games. We got merge? What? Board game, tabletop games. Oh, it's tabletop games. Okay, well, what I'll do is you guys can pause this here if you want to read through this. I'm not going to cover this. There's not really too much point. It's all about like tabletop games for RuneScape, I assume, like similar stuff. This is coming in 2022, so this year sometime. I don't think they have a specific date. Let me have a quick scan for you. No. So yeah, if you want to read through that, give it a pause and do that. Okay, upcoming live streams, anything interesting in this? There's a general Q&A on Wednesday at 5 PM game time, so if you have any questions, you can head over there. And then we get down to the patch notes. Now, I've had a quick skim through these. And I can tell you there's something interesting in this, and you may have heard people talking about it in game already, but we'll get down to that. Okay, so general, since the release of Archaeology, we've noticed the Reaper Demon familiar is the optimal choice for the majority of combat scenarios, so we've done a balancing pass on the lesser used familiars to give them a bit more potential. So they've buffed some familiars pretty much. So we've got the Hellhound here. The Hellhound familiar was underwhelming. I have no idea what this did, so yeah. It had a niche as a tank option to help survive big bursts of damage, but 10% damage reduction didn't offer enough benefits to outweigh other options such as Beasts of Burden or damaging familiars. The Hellhound damage reduction passive effect has been increased from 10% to 20%. What? This is passive? So if you have a Hellhound familiar and you have Crypt Bloom armor, can you pretty much just not die now? If that stacks like that, that is insane. I'm going to test this out. This could be a lot of fun. I had no idea about this. An extra 20% on top of Crypt Bloom could be very interesting. I wonder if it says passive as well, so no scrolls. So damn, that's interesting. Definitely interesting. Blood Reaver. The Blood Reaver has seen a bit more use recently as some players pair it with Cinderbane gauntlets to create a demon-based poison minigun. On a whole, though, it's not popular. We're adding some power to its scroll to increase its variability as a healing familiar while also increasing its passive to hopefully appeal to players, stacking life drain effects. Solution, HP increased from 8,300 to 20,000. Damn, Blood Reaver's a tanky moho now. Scroll effect decreased from 10% to 5%. Total healing overall increased. Healing to damage passive effect increased from 25% to 33%. Okay, so you actually get less from the scroll effect now, but you also get more from the actual damage passive effect. So this is an overall buff, like they've said. So this could be interesting. Oh, this is actually good. Jagex have done a good job with these. Be able to see more familiars in the game. If this still doesn't just end up being Reaper Demon everywhere and people actually get creative with this could be really interesting. I'm excited to see what people do with this. I'm sure people will be messing around with it for the next few days to see what goes on, but hopefully there's actually some use for it. Now this is the one I scanned over, the Calgarian Demon. The one that makes Fractured Staff of Armadillo able to do things like Solo Solak. They've buffed it. It's not a nerf, it's not a rebalance, it's a buff. Calgarian Demon. The Calgarian has fallen flat in almost all scenarios, only seeing usage when paired with the Fractured Staff of Armadillo. We're wary of overbuffing it, given the strong synergy with any future critical strike buffs. As a result, we've decided to address the high input playstyle that is unappealing to a large proportion of players and give it a small passive effect. Solution. Bug fix. Calgarian's attack speed was incorrect given its damage rating. We've updated it to use the intended attack speed, and the attack speed increased from 4.8 seconds to 2.4 seconds, which is crazy because now it attacks twice as quick. I assume that's how that works. It attacks twice as quick now, which is great, but the critical scroll effect duration increased from 15 seconds, which was the pain in the ass bit, to 60 seconds. I didn't use this really because the 15 seconds was way too short and it was just a pain, and I didn't want to like add an extra keybind and stuff. But 60 seconds, I'll likely be using this a lot now. New familiar passive. Give 1% critical strike chance to players using the Calgarian Demon. So you end up getting 6% because the scroll gives you 5% when you activate it, which lasts 60 seconds. And then you've got the 1% critical chance as a passive, which is always there. So you will have 6% when the scroll is active. There's no change to the cost of the scroll. So you will always have the actual like points to be able to cast it. I don't know, this is good. This is really good. And even that 1% chance, if it works when you are up on the back of Seru or something and that buff is still there, the 1%, then even that's still worth having, to be honest. So that's pretty damn good. Calgarian Demon could now be the optimal choice for using magic, more than Ripper Demon even, because, well, if you have Staff of Armadyl, of course. So it's interesting. I will definitely be trying this out. This could get some new personal records if so, because it's going 15 to 60 seconds. Could be great. We'll have to see. Rewards from the Oasis Restoration Community event can now be unlocked as rare drops by skilling around Het's Oasis. The Duel Arena... Wait, the rewards from Oasis Restoration Community event can now be unlocked as rare drops. Oh, so you can still get the Crocs and stuff. So if you really want the Crocs and you haven't got them, all that sort of stuff, you can go and get those from skilling around Het's Oasis. That's cool. The Duel Arena Destruction cutscene will now automatically play when talking to Icthalin by the entrance instead of when entering the area. The community chest and task board now have been removed from Het's Oasis. Improved digging function of Meerkats and Void Ravager. Fixed an issue with teleport to Crystal Skill Chomper via Volcanic Trapperhead. The Kamishima Sanctuary was visible from the Ark World map. This was unintended and has now been fixed. The Let Us Stay achievement platform specific description now refers to either Turel or Spira, according to your current Berthorpe Slayermaster. If a player has previously completed the Troll Warzone Abomination task, Turel will now skip the step in his Berthorpe path that requires the player to defeat the abominations. Okay, so that's just like new player stuff, which is actually good. They should keep adding new player stuff. Good. Fixed an issue during the In Search of the Maya quest, where dialogue with Velaf was far too light to be read against the chat box background. Additionally, the NPC introductions and steel weapon list have been covered to pop-ups to make it easier to read and understand what you have left to complete or gather. The string and jewelry spell icon included a small Zaros God symbol. This was unintentional and symbol has now been removed. Some tiny little things. Fixed an issue with examine text of Glacials and Glacites in the Glacial front. Updated the front colour of the Garden of Tranquility item list. The text should now be easier to read, and Zemoragul's notes on the other Majorat have been updated to be more readable. That was a lot of little stuff, so if there's anything in there that's good for you, then I'm glad and very happy. Mobile. We've released some new art for checkboxes on mobile. Okay, that doesn't really matter too much. Note on the way to fixes. With a number of community requested fixes, including hitboxes and invisible fire and cabbage face punch. Currently in testing for an engine update. Subject to passing testing, we hope to develop the update to early to mid-February. Thanks for your reports and your patience while we work on fixes. Okay, so that's done. That's pretty much all of the patch notes, and this is big. This is actually big. When I first looked at this, I didn't think there was much in it, but the veteran cape's really, really cool. I like the veteran cape, and the fact that they're doing this is absolutely great. I love that. That's brilliant. So if you like merch and stuff and tabletop games, then maybe that's interesting for you. But the big bit is the reworked familiars. This could change a lot, assuming they are worth using. I don't really know all the ins and outs of all of PVM, as you know. I will likely wait to see what like the RS guy and Evil Lucario and all the top tier PVMers do, and then just follow along with that. That tends to be what I do. But I assume the Calgarian Demon is going to be used a hell of a lot more for Magic now. I will definitely be trying it out in a lot of places. The Blood Reaver seems super interesting. And the Hound, I will be testing this out in places like Karapak just to see how well it goes. 20% extra damage reduction? That seems insane. So I'll definitely be trying this out. I think they've done a cool job with these, and I'm glad they've noticed that something just wasn't being used, and it was just basically get 96 summon in and just use Ripper Demon forever. So seeing these changes is absolutely great, and Jagex are clearly like paying attention to what's going on in game. It may have took a little while to happen, but that could have just been due to dev time or anything like that. But yeah, this is really cool, and I guess the Calgarian Demon's been buffed again, but this isn't like an outright like outrage to magic buff, because it makes it more convenient, but it doesn't actually really give much more than a 1% increase, because you already got the 5% increase from the scroll anyway. So the only buff that it got is the 1% extra critical damage, which could like be, don't get me wrong, that could be like really strong, but it's a convenience thing, and of course the familiar is not as terrible for actual attack damage now. So I mean, it is a buff, it's definitely a buff, and it definitely is a magic buff, but whether it's going to be useful on range or melee as well in the future, we'll have to see. Anyway guys, I hope that you found this useful. I hope you found it interesting. If you did, you know what to do. Leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you are new. I do these every Monday, no matter what is on the patch notes. If there's like a 3-minute one, there'll be a 3-minute one. If there's other stuff, then absolutely awesome. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching. I appreciate it, and I'll see you all in the next one. See you later guys. Bye.